Hey, it's Dave Cripps here live, under contract live. We are mobile. We're in Austin, Texas, actually just right outside of Austin, Texas. And I apologize for the background noise. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to wait till someone pops in here and let me know if you can hear me okay. Sorry, I tried to go live just a few seconds ago. Okay, hi Chantel. Chantel, you are watching Under Contract Live. Can you hear me okay? Scott, can you hear me okay? This is kind of a test. I'm mobile here at a Starbucks here just outside of Austin here, and yes, you can hear me. I apologize for the background noise. We are live just outside of Austin. I'm heading to actually record a show with brokers Kyle and Sarah Hughes. They are in Georgetown, Texas, just right up the street, about 15 minutes away. Hello, Robbie, Chantel, thank you so much. Okay, so obviously a little bit different today. I didn't want to not show up at 3 o'clock live, but we're actually our recording session got pushed back to 4:30 Central Time today, which is 5:30 Eastern. So just wanted to get on here and also wanted to kind of briefly talk about something real quick. And you know, there's a thing we call in this business, and in many businesses really, there's a key word, kind of a trendy word right now called disruptors, right? And we've experienced what we felt like were disruptors in our business, and now have become mainstream. For example, lead providers such as Zillow and Trulia, and what they do, they basically capture buyers, right? Buyers and sellers, and then we have to go to them to get those leads. So that's what you call a disruptor, right? So there are lots of new startup companies, and I think we're really going to see a trend as we move forward. And you have to ask yourself if you're really ready in this real estate business for the next set of disruptors, right? We've got some. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And we are mobile. We're just outside of Austin, Texas, and we're talking right now before we go into our recording session today with brokers Kyle and Sarah Hughes in Georgetown, Texas. We're talking about the disruptors, right? New startup companies that are going to have a big impact on the real estate business, and especially realtor business and brokers, right? So I know I've got some brokers, obviously real estate agents tuning in right now. There'll be many more as the show goes on, I'm sure. But you know, one of the companies I'm looking at right now that I think is going to have a really huge impact in the very near future is a company called Open Door. So you want to check them out. Google Open Door. They're a startup company. I believe they've raised about $800 million. They are in, they have I think a $1 billion valuation as a company, and they are in 4 test markets right now. And coincidentally, or not so coincidentally, those test markets are some of the hottest markets in the country right now. They're in Phoenix, Arizona. They're in Dallas, Texas. They are in Atlanta, Georgia, and they are in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's called Open Door. And essentially what Open Door is looking to do is open the door, pardon the pun, for consumers, and it gives them an option to go and find out immediately, type in immediately not only what their home is worth, but an actual offer on the home and an offer to close, get this, close in 3 days, right? So they're going to offer to purchase the home and close it in 3 days. Now, the interesting thing about this particular startup company, there's a couple of things. One of those things is that they are going to own the home, and they're going to turn around and relist the home as well. So they're going to be buyers and sellers of the home, as well as they're going to be working with real estate agents. They're going to have opportunities for brokers and real estate agents to partner with them. Now, many of you I know are probably saying, look, we don't need another middleman. We don't need another, and by the way, and I'm speaking for realtors out there right now, what I think they might be saying in their heads. And by the way, hey, this is going to be a lowball offer. It's no different than a cash investor. Well, it is a little bit different. There's some major, not only major financial backing for this particular startup company, but there's all types of things that and services. That's right, services that they're going to provide the consumer. Now, we can sit back and we can wait and see, what happens, and we can be the Blockbuster of real estate instead of being the Netflix of real estate, right? Or we can start taking a hard look at these companies and finding out, how will we get ahead of this? How will we be able to partner? What will make sense in partnership? It may not make sense for everybody. And then, of course, how do we exploit the opportunities from the realtor side when it comes to the message that these startup companies are giving out? That's going to be key, right? Crucial. So, one of the things that you'll see if you read into what Open Door is doing and what their plans are, then you'll be able, there's clues, by the way, and I wish I had the article pulled up because of the technical issue that I had with getting online here to do the broadcast. I don't have that article pulled up, but if you Google Open Door News, Open Door, one word, Open Door Real Estate, Open Door News today, there was an article published, I believe it was either yesterday or this morning, on this company. It's very fascinating, and there are clues as to how we can kind of take advantage, if you will, of the message that is going out to consumers. And when I say take advantage, I don't mean like underhandedly take advantage. What I mean is, how do we capitalize? How do we use startup companies and disruptors to actually help promote our business? And there's some great clues there. One of the things that that stood out to me when I read this article is that this service is going to be provided for what I call the Camry and Accord, or Camry and Taurus of the marketplace. Now, what do I mean by that? Coming from the car business, when you work at a Toyota store, for example, the Camry is one of the #1 selling cars, or #1. It always is around #1, #2, with the Accord, and used to be the Ford Taurus, were the #1 selling cars in America, right? And that's because it was that mainstream, very commercial, four-door family car that a great part of the audience for auto sales kind of falls within, right? So this company, Open Door, is going to be focusing on, when they give you that guaranteed offer and to close in 3 days, what they're looking for is that Camry or Taurus of homes, meaning that they're going to be in a mid-price point range. They're not going to be doing the distressed properties. They're not going to be doing that underpriced or that low-priced home. They're going for that midline, commercially, attractive price range, that 200 to 300, 200 to 400 price range that consumers, that the majority of consumers are looking for, right? So what that means is that there's going to be an opportunity, a new opportunity, when it comes to the higher end homes or the lower end homes, right? In capitalizing, kind of working around this particular startup. But there's also going to be great opportunities for agents to get in early with companies like these and figure out really how to use them, how to leverage them, right? That's really the key word, is leverage. How do you leverage these new disruptors, right? And that's going to be, I believe that that's going to be one of the most crucial parts of being a successful, not only realtor, but probably more importantly, broker, as we move forward. So that's something that you're going to want to really pay attention to. And by the way, I've been talking for a while, but how is that background noise? Are you guys able to hear me okay, that I could continue with the broadcast? Give me a quick yes or no. I'll wait just a minute. I know there's a couple of seconds delay. But while we're on that subject, just for a moment, I'm going to also share with you real quickly a couple of upcoming shows that you're definitely going to want to tune into, right? There's a couple of upcoming shows. I'm getting some thumbs up, so you must be able to hear me. A couple of upcoming shows that we're going to have, some very exciting guests. Next week, we'll be back at home in the studio. By the way, on this road trip, I mentioned earlier when I opened up the broadcast that I'm headed right now in the next hour and a half. I'll be doing a recorded session with brokers Kyle and Sarah Hughes here right outside the Austin, Texas area. I'll bring you that broadcast 2 weeks from now along with on the way back to Florida, I'll be talking next with Tasha McGinn. Tasha McGinn with Exit Prestige Realty Group, and they're out of Biloxi, Mississippi. So we'll be set up there, and we'll be doing an interview and kind of featuring that particular brokerage for an upcoming episode of Under Contract Live. But next week in the studio, we'll be back at home in the studio, broadcasting from Tampa, Florida, and we're going to have an amazing realtor. I mean, he is getting it done in the Tampa Bay area, and more specifically, Southern Hillsborough County and East Hillsborough County. It's Mr. Karen Clark. He's with Keller Williams. You're going to want to tune in to see what he has to say. His business is blowing up, and he's going to give us all a few things and that are working for him, and that we can kind of plug into our real estate business. Also, real quick, I have to mention this, and you're going to see some upcoming posts from me on this as well. But just a couple of weeks ago, about a month or so ago, I created this Realtor Whiteboard Mastermind group. And what that is it's a, and this is especially for those who are in or near the Tampa Bay area, right? This is an actual meeting of realtors. It's called a Whiteboard Mastermind meeting for a purpose. We put a whiteboard up. We're in a big conference room, and it is just strictly realtors. We have one mortgage person there just to give us that mortgage perspective, and to be there in case we have any kind of mortgage questions that come up. But essentially what this group is it's a group of realtors. There's no promoting, there's no sales pitches, no anything like that. We literally roll up our sleeves, get in front of the whiteboard, and start brainstorming on how we're going to grow our business. We have had only 2 meetings so far, and the last meeting I got reports, unbelievable great reports from one instance, a new realtor that is in our group, relatively new to real estate, got with another REO agent in that group, and was able to go and host some open houses and pick up a buyer from the other realtor. So there's networking that happens. This is a very small group, by the way. Our first meeting, we had about 12 people. We've only met twice. We only have room for about 12 more. We have room for about 25 realtors, and we meet every other Tuesday, and the next meeting is Tuesday the 10th, right? That's next week, this coming Tuesday, and we meet in Brandon, Florida. We've got realtors that have driven twice now from Cape Coral. That means they drove from Cape Coral to Tampa, right, and found so much value in the meeting that they turned around and came back to the next meeting. That's getting it done, right? So that's an exciting thing. Make sure if you're in the Tampa Bay area, we have room for a few. Make sure that you reach out to me here on Facebook, and we'll get you over there to our meeting. There's no cost, by the way. It's completely free, and it's realtors helping realtors, which is an amazing, cool thing. So back to this disruptor thing. You know, there's a couple of other companies that I'd have you take a look at. We talked about Open Door, right? Open Door, I believe, is going to be the one that I'm going to be focused on as we move into the future. Now, there's another company there, disruptor, real estate disruptor called Compass, and you'll want to check them out as well and see what they're doing. They do something a little bit different, but that's one that you want to figure out. You want to find out how to partner with them. Also, if you Google, going back to Open Door real quick, because I'm kind of fascinated with this particular disruptor startup company when it comes to real estate. But if you go to check out and Google Open Door or Open Door News, you're also going to see a very recent article by Inman News. In the real estate business, you know, we all kind of follow Inman. Hopefully you're following Inman. They have a great, that's INMAN. You can Google them. In real estate news, they have an amazing site that gives us tons of knowledge for the real estate business. But there's an article there about Open Door, and it really gets into talking about how to incorporate them into a listing presentation to where it not only gives you the advantage, right? Now we're leveraging what Open Door is doing, but it also allows you to partner with Open Door. It allows you more options to present the seller, and it kind of gives them a full circle of what they can do. Because look, sellers are going to look at this market differently today and tomorrow, in the next, and in the coming days. It's not going to look like the traditional type of real estate agent and seller relationship, right? Sellers have more and more at their fingertips each day. So we've got to be able to adapt and become the Netflix instead of the Blockbuster when it comes to real estate. So that is virtually all that I have for you right now for today's show. I just want to make sure that I got on here live today and kept you up to date because our time got pushed back here in Texas. And we are going to be recording a session with Kyle and Sarah Hughes here in Georgetown, Texas, here in about another 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours from now. And I'll make sure that that episode airs 2 weeks from today. Look for it 2 weeks from today. I believe that's going to be the 18th of October, Wednesday, 3 o'clock. But next week, join us live on Under Contract at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with rockstar real estate agent Karen Clark, Keller Williams, South Shore in the Tampa Bay area, Apollo Beach specifically. Until then, hope everybody's doing great. Hope you have a great week, and we will see you soon. Make sure that you're reaching out to me for the Mastermind Whiteboard Real Estate Group if you're in the Tampa Bay area or want to come to that. And also, if you have any upcoming events, Under Contract Live is going to be part of some larger upcoming events in the Tampa Bay area. If you have something that you are working on when it comes to a real estate event and you want to promote it, we also have a following here in Texas and several other areas. In fact, we've got a gentleman that's going to be on in the coming weeks that is in Dallas, and looking forward to all the upcoming shows. So we will see you soon. I'm out. #boom. I have no papers to throw today, so sorry to let you down on that. So we'll see you next week, next Wednesday on Under Contract Live. Thank you.